Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing Ace Racer. What? DBT came back to this game? Yes, kind of, a little bit. There's a couple of new things in the game that I'm really curious to explore, one of them being the new map, and another one being the new car, that is the Koenigsegg Regera. And we have a free try for it, so might as well check that out. But there's also something else that I want to show you that I discovered very recently about a location in this game that I think it's really cool for me personally. But before I get into any of that, you know what to do. If you like my content, please hit the like button on this video so that I can continue making videos, especially if you like content from once in a while of different games, because hey, variety. But okay, so what is the deal with this? Like I just mentioned, there's a new car, and that is the Koenigsegg Regera. It was added very recently in the game, and this game by default gives you some free tries of the car, so I thought, hey, might as well check it out. Wait a second. Wait, is this a new thing on the Koenigsegg Regera? I have never noticed in any other place that the Koenigsegg Regera had these things. Can anybody confirm that these little kind of winglets or whatever they are normal in the Regera? I haven't seen that, but anyway. So, in order to activate, there we go. I need to claim something, and that gives me a free try of the car. In this case, it's gonna give me a full day in order to try it out. So that's fantastic for the purposes of this video. Now, I might as well throw a free thing over here. I don't know what it does, but sure. Now, to be fair, I'm not, you know that I don't play this game a ton. I'm not super invested in it. So if you're an old-time player of this game, you're gonna notice real quick that I don't know anything about the game. I'm a very casual player, so I just want to check out what it is that we can do. Now, to play with this car, you can only do it in these races, the practice races, not so much in the ranked ones. So I'm just gonna jump into whatever race, change my car to the free try that change the car to the free try that I got of the Regera, because I'm really curious to check it out. Now, what does this car even do? Can we get some information? There we go. So the ultimate ability for this car is Thunder Flash, flashes forward, during which it grants 95% charge when overtaking opponents. Okay, I guess we're gonna be trying it out. So, let's get into a race. This is mostly gonna be against bots, but hey, nonetheless, let's try it out. Now, if you're completely unfamiliar with this game, it's basically a team racing game. It's a 3 versus 3 type of game. Each one of the cars have different roles. For example, this is a speedster, this is a support, and I don't remember what this is called. And yeah, they have special abilities and what. It's a very strange racing game. If you want to learn more about it, in DBT's words, I made a video sort of explaining it a long time ago. I'll put the link on the top right if I remember to. But the point is that right now I'm not going to be trying to explain the whole thing. I'm just going to have some fun driving this thing and see what it is about. Because hey, why not? As much as I'm not super invested in this game, I think it's a fun game to come back from time to time and play it in a very casual way. I don't think this is the game for me to play it competitively and all of that. It's more like, nah, I'll just launch it and do some races and just see what is what. I'm listening to the engine sound of this car. I don't know. I've never thought that the engine sounds in this game are amazing, but if I may say so, I do believe they're better than Asphalt Legends Unite. I'm sorry to say that, but hey, credit where credit's due. And honestly, this game also performs really surprisingly well. Even though I'm playing it right now on an emulator, this is a game for obviously a mobile game. You can play it on iOS, you can play it on Android. I'm playing it on an Android emulation, and it runs surprisingly well, so that makes me happy to test it out. All right, here comes the ability. Let's see how it looks once I activate it. Boom. All right, so it's literally just a teleport, and it has 1 charge. It reminds me, there's another ability in this game that is also kind of teleporty, but I don't know the ins and outs. Apparently over here, oh, it said 95% charge gain once you overtake opponents, right? So I guess it's more for when I'm actually racing against people and they're right there and, you know, it's a tough match and whatnot. That's when this would play a bigger role, but hey, what do I know? Yeah, I'm not in no way an expert on this game, but like I said, it's just fun to bring it out from time to time because hey, it's a good looking game. It has some cars, it goes vroom vroom. So what's there not to like about it? So that's the Koenigsegg Regera. Hold on, there's gonna be another track that I can also do. The practice mode over here is sort of like a quick race, but you only have a selection of 5 tracks that you can race on. Those tracks go rotating from time to time. I don't know exactly when. I don't know. It's a certain amount of hours or a day or something. But yeah, so that gives you the results of the team and whatnot. I'm gonna like. Some of these are bots. Some of these may be actual players. I don't know who's who. But yeah, there you go. So that was Mountain City apparently. And over here we can change Now, not too long ago, I was talking about how the design of the tracks in this game is absolutely nightmarish. Now, this was a very straightforward track, literally in the sense that a lot of straight lines. But just look at this thing, the crazy turns that it goes. I don't know if it's very visible given how small that is, but look at this, it's ridiculous. Let's try it anyway. At the end of the day, again, it's because I want to try this car, so. Alright, seeing that this race took a while to load in, I want to believe that there's indeed some players over here. But like I said, this is it's practice mode, and even though you get mostly bots and sometimes players, this is not the competitive mode at all. There's a specifically ranked mode in order to get to that point. So over here it's a no stakes type of race situation. But yeah, look at that. Look at the mini map on the top right. Everybody's now super behind me. Either I'm driving a really OP car or my opponents are just not even trying, which is also a very real possibility. But all right. Yeah, I don't know. Whoa, this drifts surprisingly well. Some cars in this game just drive me nuts because they're not very good drifters. And like I said, this game is absolutely bonkers with the way that they design their maps and crazy amounts of turns everywhere. It's ridiculous. Some maps are straight up infuriating because of, oh, well, I mean, might as well try it, right? But again, can't see the charging up. Anyway, some of these maps are just straight up infuriating because of how ridiculously twisty they are. Like bonkers level of like, oh yeah, turns, like not even 90-degree turns, 180-degree turns all the time, like all of this section. Now granted, to be fair, there's some joy to be had in sections like this when it's a game about drifting and all of that stuff, which I suppose to some degree you could call this to be a drifting game. But still, I don't know, there's some other tracks that are just, I don't know. I can't really, you know, blame too much or criticize it too much in the sense that the game was designed to be played in this way with crazy turns everywhere. So that's why the cars do tend to be relatively nimble, or at least able to take these corners and whatnot. Though some cars do seem pretty bad. But hey, what do I know? Let me use my... What if I use the teleport at the very end of the race? Just to see if I get a fancy effect by the time I'm crossing it. I know what I'm talking about. Totally. All right, here we go. That's the end line, and let's teleport ahead. There it is. Ah, see, that's what I was talking about with the fancy effects when you cross the line. But all right, what are my thoughts on the Koenigsegg Regera? I don't know. Is it a good car? Is it a bad car? I have no idea because I don't play this game enough to be able to tell like, oh yeah, this feels like an amazing car because there's no clue. But hey, at least now you've seen the Regera. Now, what I'm really curious to try out is the new map because a new map was just added. Never seen it before. Let me check it out. And yeah, this entire UI is a bit of a nightmare. It's a bit of a headache to me because there's so many things to click on, so many icons everywhere. I don't understand half of it. But okay, here's the map reveal. There it is. Moon Palace. Okay, so look at this. Oh, wait a second. Did we see it on practice? Was it in practice? I think I saw it. Or did I? Yeah, there it is. This Moon Palace is this one. Okay, so this is the new map. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna practice in it. Yeah, you can see all the turns and whatnot, but once again, I've never played this, so let's check it out. Let's see what this is about. All right, here we go. And by the way, if you're wondering why does DBT has a female avatar, because yes, all right, that's as much as I will say. Hey, if it's eye candy, might as well enjoy it. Okay, here we go. Whoa, okay, so that's very... I was gonna say very Japan-like with the cherry blossom trees, although I don't know. Ah! Okay, so that's a thing. Good to know. But no, now that I... Oh, look at this. This is ridiculous. So it's gonna be a bunch of jumps, huh? All right, so it looked Japan-ish to me at the very start, but come on, there's floating... Oh, Jesus Christ. Where am I going? Oh, so it's one of those maps where you're gonna be falling all around. I'm telling you, the maps in this game are just absolute nonsense. They never even try to make sense. It's just fantastical locations and crazy stuff, which to be fair, to some degree, I can respect the I'm not even gonna try to pretend to be realistic. I'm nonsense. Let's embrace the nonsense. So I can appreciate that for sure. But yeah, it is definitely a bit of, hey, hazards, jumping and folding and respawning and whatnot. Okay, the middle side looks crazy right here. Oh, never mind. Apparently I needed to go with more speed in order to cross over there. Okay. No, there's actually someone sort of catching up to me. That might be an actual player, but never mind. He's super far now. But hey, once again, maybe nonsense, but look at these maps. They look absolutely beautiful, crazy colors, crazy visual effects, and like I said, it surprises me that in general, they're very good performing. The game performs really good. They did a very, oh god, wait, can I jump down there? Oh, maybe I can jump down there as a bit of a shortcut if I have enough speed? Yeah, look at that, see the map, someone is making the jump. Ah, cool, okay, so what if I use this? Overtook. Oh, and it did charge my ultimate again. Ah, okay, I get it now, I get it. So for example, I do this, overtake, and my thing is charged again. My ultimate bar is the one, the purple bar at the bottom in the center screen. So yeah. Obviously, once you use your ultimate, that depletes. But if I overtake someone, then that charges back to 90%. Now, how good or bad that is in practice, I don't know, but it seems relatively. All right, look at that. And I'm gonna do the same thing. There we go. For the fancy effect at the end, because why not? All right. I'm gonna say this definitely looks like an interesting map. I'm curious to try, but with a different car. Listen. Koenigsegg, Regera, and all of that stuff. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of Koenigsegg anyway, so I want to swap to another car just because. Why not? But all right. And by the way, never mind. The icon that I have over there looks like a Lambo, but this game has no Lambos, unfortunately. Well, no Lambos yet, because there's going to be Lambos in this game. I know that in the Chinese release of the game, there's already, I believe, 2 Lambos. There's the SVJ and I believe the STO or some other. But just in case you don't know, there's a mixture of IRL cars and there's also fantasy cars. So that's what it is. Now, the problem that I have with this game is that the fantasy cars can really be out there. The designs are, I mean, this is silly and all, but there's a lot of these cars that are they just look absolutely, well, this one looks kind of dope, I'll say that much. But some others that are just nonsense, like this. And a lot of these cars tend to have big turbines and whatnot. I don't like them. Let's drive the Porsche 935 because why not? And let me try the track again. This time, I will try the shortcut that the other guy did. Just, oh, there's a Koenigsegg Jesko as well. Yeah, so it does have an interesting selection of real cars. The fantasy cars, I don't have problems with fantasy cars as a whole. Why is this race not starting? Oh, there we go. I don't, generally speaking, have troubles or problems with there being fantasy cars. I just don't like the design of the fantasy cars, or the vast majority of the fantasy cars in this game. They just look too much like a toy, and that's coming from someone that likes the cars that people say that look like Hot Wheels, with the big wings and whatnot. But no, I mean like straight up, they barely look like cars. You know what I mean? I don't know that I can. Wait, how do I do that better then? Why did I fail that jump again? Oh, that's strange. Yeah, I don't quite get it. I guess there might have been some ramp or something that I didn't see. Oh god, oh god. Alright. Okay, hold up. Now, sort of similar to Asphalt 9 or Asphalt, oh god. Hold on, DBT. Oh man. Whoa, I'm doing way worse in this run of the track. Jesus. There's also like an auto drive function in here, though it's more like if you want to leave the game straight up in autopilot, you don't really, I don't believe that you have much control over where the car is going. Hold on. Oh, there we go, I managed it. Yeah, so I suppose, oh, yeah. So that's a shortcut if you manage to hit all of the platforms correctly. That way you don't have to go around and do the turns. And that kind of makes sense now that I see it. Still. I think you can still control a little bit of your nitro usage and whatnot, but it's not like, oh, I can control routes and all of that as I am. Is this a shortcut? Yes, this is the shortcut. Let's go. Oh, I wasn't steering on the right place. Ah, man. All right, so apparently you need to know where you're going in order to make the most out of it. Got it. Understood. And yeah, shortcuts are definitely a thing over here, as you can see. It's a crazy game, I tell you. If you've never played this game, I don't know that I can recommend it if you like the slightly more realistic racing games, and I do mean slightly. But yeah, I think it's still, like I said earlier, I think it's fun for being just a casual game to play here and there. But alright, we now have seen the new map, we have seen the new car. What I really wanted to show you was the discovery that I made on this game very recently when I made a video on this game for the Remembers. Now, like I said over here in practice, there's only so many tracks that you can do. They're limited. There's a lot of tracks in this game, you can see. But right now for practice, these are the only ones that I can do. Like I said, these refreshes, it tells me somewhere how long before it refreshes. I don't know. But I think it's like once or twice a day when it refreshes, changes the maps. I think it's random, either way. But I can show you the track in a different way. That is by going into photo mode. Over here, well, you know, you can take a picture of the car and whatnot with the avatar, different position, different places that she's gonna be at and whatnot, right? But it also has this thing called photo trip, in which you get to select which map you want to go into, and then you can take pictures on that map. Honestly, I think this is an amazing feature in this game, because once again, this game, the maps in this game are absolutely gorgeous. The looks are amazing, so it's really cool. Oh, look at this. This is what I was saying about the absolute nightmare of design of maps. Look at how many turns this has. Anyway, so I really like this precisely so that you can take some pictures, some selfies, if you will. Where's the map that I'm looking for? Let me find it. This is the one, Candy Island. Now, I'll tell you the story of how this worked out for me, why I wanted to show you this, because it was really, really amazing for me. When I played this for the memberships, maybe you want to consider joining the membership for the exclusive videos, but I made a video precisely playing and re-exploring this game a little bit, and I got into this map in practice. So I was actually doing a race in this map. Over here, like I said, this is not a race. This is just me driving the car, and I can stop the car and then go into camera mode and whatnot, right? So, but no, I was actually doing a race, and I will just do this race and show you exactly how it worked out for me the very first time that I was doing it. Because I was driving around, once again, fighting against some opponents and whatnot, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. Now, I had never played this track before. It was the first time that I was seeing it, and I'm like, oh, cool looking map, all right. Looks somewhat familiar, but you know, it's fine. It's all right. It didn't quite dawn on me the fact that this was meant to be sort of Venice, because you will see that there is indeed some lot of bodies of waters like this to my right. A bunch of water, the little bridge. There's also, what are they called, canoes or something? I don't know. So I was racing in here, and I'm like, huh, all right, well, yeah, this is fine. It's an Ace Racer map. It's kind of crazy. It's fine. Nothing too special. It was until I got to a certain point where I'm like, wait a second, and we're getting close to it, so don't worry, we'll get there. But I think you can see that the map is indeed kind of cool looking, kind of fun and whatnot. It was around here when something dawned on me. I'm like, I'm gonna take this turn and whatnot, and I did this, and then I saw this side, and I'm like, oh, wait a second, that looks very familiar. What is that? Is that meant to be sort of Mexico? And I was confused there for a second, and then I'm like, wait a second, look at this. It's the tunnels. It's like oh man, I forgot the name. It said, oh good. Oh man, how did I forget the name of the city? Is it Guanajuato? Is it? Oh, how did I forget the name? Anyway. So this reminds me a lot of Forza Horizon 5, because it's also in Mexico and also has this section with the tunnels and whatnot. And then I realized, right, the very colored houses all clustered together. That's very Mexico looking. Now, obviously there's other countries that also have all of this type of thing, right? But this plus that church building that I passed earlier, plus these tunnels, I'm like, man, this is starting to look sort of Mexico-like to me. And then there was one last straw that made me realize that this was indeed meant to be somewhat Mexico-inspired, and that was around here, I think? Look above. No, is it here? No, it's not here. Hold on. I'll get to it, I promise. There we go. Where is it? Where are they? No. Gosh. Again, the parks, the houses, all of this looked Mexico, old Mexico to me. Well, where are these things? It's almost at the end of the track. Oh, it's right here. Wait, I didn't see them at all. What happened? Did I miss them? Now that is actually the end of the track. This is where the race normally would end. How did I miss it? Did they remove it, or am I blind and I just completely missed it? Because there's some. Oh, there they are. I just feel like they didn't load the first time around. Okay, let me drift around here and stop the car right here. This thing's at the top. You see all of this stuff at the top? I'm like, wait a second, that looks like Mexico as well. So then I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm making this up. So let me show you some. So, it is indeed Guanajuato. I was like, am I misremembering? But yeah, it is Guanajuato. And I stopped right here precisely to show you this is obviously the game. Now, tell me that this doesn't look a little bit like this. Yeah, this is straight up a picture from Guanajuato. And there's a lot of these tunnels over there. But you see what I was saying about the color of the very colorful houses and whatnot. And then these tunnels. That is absolutely what they were depicting here. And I'm like, wait a second. This is sort of Mexico. But that's not all. This is what really did it for me. Once I was in this section of the map, I'm like, wait a second, I've seen this before. I swear I've seen this before. And I wasn't wrong. There it is. This is another picture, straight up picture, IRL for Guanajuato. And you can tell that is the exact same church. It's the exact same. And I'm like, of course. Suddenly, that was when it all clicked. And I'm like, of course, this is meant to be Mexico, specifically Guanajuato. Now, being Ace Racer, it's a little bit of a weird combination of Mexico plus, I guess, Venice or something, because there's not all of those water bodies over there in Guanajuato or anything like that. So it's just some weird fictional version of Guanajuato, but you can see it's basically the exact same building, right? All the way to the little circle window over here. There's 1, 2, 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. All of this stuff, I think you can see it. Okay, so I activated the mouse trail so that you can see a little bit better what it is that I'm circling. As I was saying, all of these 3 levels, you can see them over here. This whole section. I mean, it is the same thing. Now, obviously, there's some tiny minute details that are different. But overall, you can clearly see what it is that they were doing. In fact, you can see over here, there is a fountain. This is actually, I don't know that it's a fountain. I think it's just a statue. And over here, we have an actual fountain. But overall, it's really close. How close? Here's Forza Horizon 5's depiction of the same church. Because yeah, once again, this is the same city that it's featured in Forza Horizon. So I want to believe that once Forza Horizon released, Ace Racer developers were like, oh, that's a cool location. Let's make our own version of it. So yeah, but they have this over here. You can see also the statue and all of that. Very cool depiction for sure. But yeah, absolutely. You can totally see that it's the same place. And I was like, wow, that is a discovery for me. So yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting to realize that, like I said, it's like an unlicensed version of Mexico, I suppose, for this game. But a lot of this thing looks very similar, very familiar now with the tunnels, the really colorful houses, even the parks and all that looks very Mexico-esque, at least for that city. So I don't know. I thought it was a very neat little detail. And like I said, I discovered this while making a video for the Remembers. The membership system over here in the channel if you want to join, maybe if you want to support me directly. But either way, I thought this is too cool. I need to show it also to all of the viewers in case you're curious. And if anybody's from Mexico, especially from over there, how cool is this? How cool is it to have the bootleg version of Mexico depicted in the game? I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. But alright, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, if you want me to continue making videos every once in a while on these other racing games, let me know in the comments. I would appreciate to know if you guys enjoy seeing something different from time to time, because hey, why not? I play a lot of games, so might as well enjoy it. But once again, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.